Everyone desires the idea of starting a family, but not all who make the decision are prepared for the financial burden and emotional exhaustion it comes with. Married couple Tana and Michael Marino were sadly stuck in this fatiguing loophole. They were grateful enough to have 4 beautiful and healthy kids, but had to work around the clock to keep a roof on their heads. And while the couple had resigned themselves to their fate, they had no idea that their destiny was about to be changed, all because of one simple decision. The couple had spent most of their life in the small town of Cypress, Texas, and found no better place to raise their family than their hometown. And whilst the living costs were reasonable, supporting a big family of 6 was always going to be challenging. But Tana, with her positive attitude and determination, always knew that the couple was going to make it. And while most of her free time was taken up by her demanding children, she never let her exhaustion break her optimism. Michael worked as a firefighter in Houston. It had always been his dream job, and despite the erratic and long hours, the father of 4 felt emotionally satisfied from the work. But sadly, it did not pay well. Tana worked as an appliance technician at Mr. Appliance, a national home appliance repair franchise. Her male-dominated field made it hard for her to be taken seriously, but despite all the negative stereotypes, the mother focused on putting her head down and working hard. Juggling 4 kids and a full-time job, though, took everything out of Tana. She barely had time for herself or even her husband. They needed to spend all their energy on making as much money as possible to provide a better future for their kids. So when one day one of her supervisors told her that their store was getting involved with a new show called Don't Quit Your Day Job, which focused on a new employee shadowing a veteran one and filming the entire process, Tana was immediately intrigued. And then, when she was asked if she would want to be the veteran employee, the mother of 4 immediately said yes. While this would be a major new time commitment for her, Tana hoped that this would be a good financial decision, which might lead to new opportunities for her. Funny to think that now, Tana was going to be filmed while mentoring a new employee in her place of work, and not long ago, her current job had initially been offered to her husband and not her. It took 2 years of prep work before Tana could start filming for the show. While Tana was surprised as to how long the process was, she was glad of the time she had to prepare since it only made her more proficient at her job. And by the time filming started, she was known around town for her charming personality and incredible. She had made a name for herself, and Tana knew that she could have a positive impact on whoever she was going to mentor. Little did she know that that person had no intention of learning from Tana and in fact had secret plans for the mother that would end up changing her life. On the day they were going to shoot the pilot episode, Tana met a woman introduced to her as Faith Brown, her new mentoree. Tana was struck by Faith's appearance. She had brunette hair, heavy eye makeup, long fingernails, and a pearl necklace. Of course, in her line of work, wearing jewelry and having long fingernails was a big no-no. Tana didn't believe in coddling anyone. She followed this philosophy with her kids and planned on doing the same thing with Faith. For their first assignment, she took Faith with her to show her the ropes. Tana had to be warm and kind, while still having an air of professionalism and experience about her. And while Tana had wanted the focus to stay on her work, Faith and the camera crew couldn't help but notice how sexism played a huge role in her job. So many of her clients would undermine her because she is a woman. They all expected a big burly man to be the one to come and help them fix their appliances, not a put-together young woman. And Faith, with her long nails and feminine persona, only made the clients raise their eyebrows further. But despite her reservations, she put all her focus on teaching her mentoree all that she knew. The next few days, Tana and Faith spent being followed by a camera crew, and since they were together for such long hours, the pair began to develop a friendship. Tana even took her to meet her kids and husband. All of them had dinner together, and that is when the young mother recounted how they were living paycheck to paycheck, and despite both of them working, it was tough to even afford the bare minimum. Faith was incredibly touched by the raw struggle of the family and how despite it all, they never let their financial troubles get in the way of their happiness. But when Tana mentioned that she was thinking of getting another job, to help their circumstances, that is when Faith knew she had to come clean. While her original plan had been to finish filming and let Tana in on the secret after they were done, seeing the mother force herself into working to the bone made Faith reveal her true identity, one which would change the mother's life forever. Faith sat down with Tana and told her that there was no show called Don't Quit Your Day Job, And in fact, the two of them had been filming for a very popular show called Undercover Boss instead. If you don't already know, the show has top-level executives working alongside their employees to get a better picture of how their company works. Faith was none other than Dina Dwyer Owens, the CEO of Dwyer Group, of which Mr. Appliance is a subsidiary. Dina really resonated with the hard-working parents and remembered her childhood where both of her parents would spend all day working, yet still managed to find the time to tuck her in bed. Faith completely changed her appearance and went from a long-haired brunette with brown eyes to her natural short blonde hair and blue eyes. And as she introduced her real self to Tana, she could see the mother go from disbelief to shock to acceptance. Tana couldn't believe that she had been working alongside the CEO for the last few days and had even judged her skills. But Dina did learn something incredibly moving from the mother perseverance, and she wanted to reward that. Tana was going to get $25,000, a cash reward for being you. Dina also decided to set up a $10,000 scholarship fund for the Marinos' 4 children so that the family could finally catch a break from the constant scrapping. In addition to the personal bonus Dina gave Tana, she also provided her with $5,000 to start a Women in the Trades program, whose goal is to encourage women to take up trades not usually undertaken by women. "My goal in going undercover was to figure out how we were doing," she said. "Are we living up to the values that my father founded the company on?" And it looks like she found that value in Tana. "You are the epitome of what Don Dwyer would have looked for," Dina said about her father. "You're an incredible technician. You're an incredible mother and an incredible wife." The Marinos were finally able to move into a bigger home, one where their 4 children had more room.